Hey everyone, in this short video I'm going to talk about data gathering through marking dates of errors in fast piano progress as applied to Beethoven's Pathétique Sonata. I'm going to show you the music of a student of mine, and you can see that I've marked and dated quite a few comments, not tons and tons, but a fair amount, and he is a rare private student of mine. He is actually going to be performing in an honors recital with 4 other students of mine in Midtown Manhattan soon, in-person recital, so that's pretty exciting. He's even done some in-person intensives with me to help to prepare, and so these are just, I guess might as well scroll through as I'm speaking here. And this is basically just the idea of keeping track of and dating specifically, even with the year, errors, or I mean, I guess they could be positive comments too, but obviously it's probably mainly critical, helpful, hopefully, critique. And yeah, and on this channel, I hope to share with you guys strategies, thoughts, mindsets, etc., often of my own creation that I hope will help you in your piano playing, hopefully other areas of your life as well. So as we're scrolling through here, through all 3 movements, obviously you can see that there are areas where things will tend to cluster, and then areas that are curiously pretty pristine and clean, which means that even under the purposeful, stressful conditions that I put students through, and by that I mean, practicing performing in front of me, practicing performing in front of others, performing cold without warming up, performing with the lights off, performing recording yourself, performing for family, friends, etc., etc. They still don't make errors in certain areas. And conversely, there are some areas where, you pretty much could bet that they will make a mistake in certain parts. So, for example, in this area that seems a little bit more risky, let me see if there's another good example. Apparently this student really was not playing quietly there. I think it's finally getting better now. I've marked it like, wow, like the ends of, so we notice over some time, like there are certain types of passages, certain areas where there's more likely to be errors. Often the ends of things will have more errors. So pretty consistently, we might run into some issues there. And sometimes it might be musical comments, sometimes it might be missing notes. So a lot of these areas, sometimes like he's repeating this too many times, and so we got to watch out for that. This is a very, very risky area. So this is where we might use my whole logical methodology or my other methods if you search on my channel and go over this in great detail. Now, the reason we also mark the dates, we want to keep track of if things change over time. So if we see that the last few weeks we're having clusters of comments in a certain area, obviously that may be some kind of new issue that's arisen if there had been some time before we'd started marking the dates there. Like if we'd seen October that there was one mark and then there's like nothing, and then it appears again in March or something, we can see kind of like trends that are changing over time. I find that in my childhood piano music, oftentimes the years were not notated, so it'll just say like April 17th or April 11th or whatever it may be. And I have no idea. It could have been in 1996, could have been in 2003. I'm dating myself here, but I think it's interesting. It's helpful to write the years as well, too, because if you notate some of this, then you can see how your own playing changes over a year, 5 years, 10 years. You come back to it in 20 years, and you'll see that there were certain areas where you had trouble, and that might really change. And you don't have to write tons of markings. The nice thing about the iPad also is you can write all these different pretty colors, and the different colors, as you can see, it's like also very easy to see which corresponds with which week or which date. And so you can still erase them over time, whether it's that you literally do it on paper, pencil, like physical sheet music, or you do it on an iPad. So you can write lightly if you need to erase on regular paper and pencil. And you can, of course, if you're in lessons, if you have a teacher do this for you, like myself, for instance, that's, of course, very useful. That's a tremendous amount of information that's transmitted to you because you can go over all those markings later. If you're on your own, though, you're self-learning, you don't have a teacher, I would highly recommend recording yourself, especially, performing cold, not even warming up, so that you can see like what the real performance conditions are like. If you search David Chang performance, or how to perform for anyone, anywhere, anytime. You'll find tons of information about that, how to train yourself to be a stronger performer, to perform under any conditions. I have a playlist as well. So the recording yourself, performing through the program each day and recording yourself each day, you can always delete old recordings if you're starting to run out of space. I think that's a crucial part of preparing for performance, along with playing for others. And when you listen to your own recording, you can be the one to do this. You can follow along, and when you notice you've made an error, you can circle things and write them down and then date them and then see if things change over time. You can then see what to focus on during the rest of your practice. Another little thing I'll point out, I use these little bubble letter exclamation points in case you've been wondering what these are. And that just means to me it's an especially noticeable thing from the point of view of even a general audience. So you could have like a different type of system for yourself. But for me, the exclamation points are like, oh, definitely practice these sections. If there's 2 of them, that means definitely practice these sections, because they're more noticeable compared to other types of errors. So anyway, I hope that gets you thinking. Let me know if you have any questions. If you found this useful, please let others know about the channel. Like, subscribe if you feel so inclined, and looking forward to the next one.